And we are live with Omotolani Etti.
Omi.
Hi.
Welcome. Episode 78. Hello. Welcome. Awesome.
78, bro. It's been 78 episodes. We're almost reaching episode 80. Damn.
It's coming. Yes.
Good
Yeah,
job.
this is-
Congratulations to you guys. That's a big
Thank you, man.
accomplishment.
I know,
Appreciate
and
it.
it's like we've been doing this for every single day. It's like 80 days is like, that's the hardest commitment I've ever done, you know. Like, I'm not usually that committed to anything. Ask my mom. But, like, this is something else, you know.
I'm glad.
Well, yeah.
I look at it like this. You put your mind to it, you set a goal, and you set a time frame for that goal to be accomplished. And look, you're almost there.
Oh, we're almost there. Almost with Joe Rogan. Coming soon, Joe Rogan. We're coming for you.
We're coming
Anyways,
for you. But first, today we have our cybersecurity expert. Omi. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. Is this safe right here? First of all, we're on Zoom right now, as we speak.
I have my reservations about Zoom, but
Okay.
it is still widely used. So they've been doing a lot of beefing up with their security. They've taken a lot of measures as a company, as an organization, to provide a more secure tool for us. Because now that we have moved from working in office to now working at home, we have to have more tools there for us. I mean, you have many different platforms that you can hold virtual meetings, but Zoom is a very popular one. So for them to take measures with, fixing their encryption issues that they had, because they definitely had some.
What do you mean?
And now being
like so?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So what do you mean? Because you said encryption. I'm like, huh?
Oh, okay. So basically, basically the security on which the secureness around your communication. So basically,
we're talking right now. Is this secure?
Yes, we're secure. You had a password on your
Okay.
you had a password for your Zoom meeting. They were having instances where people were able to jump into the meetings that were not invited. If you're not password secured, or you're not having a type of waiting room for your host to let you in, there is people who are just trying to penetrate your conversation. They get into your conversation. They can drop a link in the chat, and at that point, someone will click the link, and now they have access to that person's computer. So it's really easy. Anything can easily be hacked nowadays.
Could you tell us a little background for the audience here? What's your background, your education, your work?
Okay, let's take it back to the beginning. So initially, I was on the train to becoming a doctor. I'm an OBGYN to be exact. I have an undergrad degree in biology with a minor in philosophy. As life continued, I actually joined the military, so I'm a part of the Air Force, and they placed me in cybersecurity. I had no knowledge. I didn't know what an operating system was at all.
I'm a biology major, right?
Right. So I can tell you about your anatomy, but as time went on, 4 years down, I want to say 4 years after joining, so that's 2019. I finally was like, you know what, the doctor path is not it. So let me just try to focus Let me try to focus in IT. Let me bring what I do in the military into my civilian world. And that's what I did. And I've been focusing. I can honestly say I've been head on with cybersecurity since June of 2019. So we just hit a year of me being completely focused. And nice. I just watched my career change on me. I went from simply, really, I was deployed. So I went from being deployed, not having a job at home. I was working as a server, to applying for positions in 2019 of December, and now being a CISO for a clearing firm.
A CISO?
A chief
Lizzo? I know Lizzo. I don't know
officer.
CISO.
So a CISO is a Chief Information Security Officer. Okay. That is the title that everybody is striving to get to within cybersecurity.
And you got it?
And I got it. Let me tell you, 1 year in, I got it. I went in there and told them, hey, I know how to be a manager. I might not know the technical parts of this, but I do know how to put things
run
together
this
and make them
bitch like
work.
a military. That's what I can do.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Pretty much.
Nice. That's some good stuff, man. I know it all.
But I feel like with cybersecurity, it's a lot of tech. It has to be, right?
It's
so
a lot of tech.
How do you learn all of that?
Okay, so it's not even how do you learn it.
Mm-hmm.
It's how do you retain it. Because you can learn anything in life, but you have to learn how to retain information. With me, more so, like I said, I was in the managerial side of things. So I went in like, okay, I understand I need these policies in place, but I didn't understand the technical terms behind it, if it makes sense, if that makes sense. So, I understand what a VPN is. I understand what it does. I understand what encryption measures we have. I understand hashing. I understand different terminologies, but do I know how to actually put them in place? So what I'm doing actually currently, I'm in a class. It's a cybersecurity class offered to veterans. And what this class does is it teaches us the technical side of things. It teaches us how to create hash, how to create public and private keys, how to connect to a server, how to open up a server and the ports on a server, how to, close off, basically how to harden up your security. So how to close the ports that are currently open that is taking in incoming traffic. So basically I'm learning my technical side now. A year into my job.
Man.
You just said a lot. Just like I want to start off one of the first things you said, VPN, right? Do I need one of those? I always see like on PewDiePie, they're always like, you need to get a VPN. But what is that? Why do I need one?
So you do need a VPN. A VPN sets basically a secured tunnel to wherever you're trying to communicate to. So the reason, like currently, I'm using the VPN. I'm on a VPN because not only do I access, am I just have, on the podcast with you guys, but I do have applications running in the background over the network, which are business applications, anything that I have put my credentials into. You need a secure way to communicate over any type of public network. And that's what a VPN does for you.
So you said you need to. All right. Who needs to? Does like Ali and I, do
everyone.
We need it? Everyone.
Yes. I believe
but it slows down the internet.
It depends on what type of VPN you're using.
Ooh.
The type of VPN you're using, the website you're going to, you need to know the information about the website you're going to. It may not be accessible to you. When I was deployed, I couldn't watch Netflix. So I had to
Where were you deployed?
I was deployed to a part of in Africa, and I was not allowed to watch Netflix. So what did we do? Downloaded a VPN, changed up your IP address, and now you have a secure way or another way to access Netflix and communicate to their server.
That's genius, because I want to watch like American Netflix and I can't. So that's why today's sponsor is the Nord VPN.
Nice.
But Nord, how awesome would that have been if you guys sponsored us? Right? Like that would have been like an amazing segue. No, and that's why you need NordVPN.
That's why you need NordVPN
to watch Netflix.
But like, so I'm just asking, are there any things that are free resources for VPNs, or are they all like monthly subscriptions?
So that's the thing. Everybody offers something free first. When I say like Nord has a free trial.
Yeah, they get like 3 months or something.
Yes, and I believe that Nord actually has one where you're able to use a certain amount of data. So some of these VPNs, they do have a plan where it's free, but you only are able to use maybe 15 gigabytes, 5 gigabytes monthly, or something of that nature. And then you have to go into a subscription plan because I buy mine only because you can't cap my data.
I mean, it's your job. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. All right.
So you know how to hack?
I'm currently learning how to hack.
We gotta be careful with this one. We gotta be careful with this one.
I've learned so much in the last 2 weeks. I can honestly tell you that I probably can walk into a business today and shut down their servers, or of course, if they give me access to do that, or they allow me to do that, because I'm not trying to go to jail. So they give me access, I can probably shut down their servers and show them how I was able to get in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's a challenge. Can you hack our Instagram page?
No.
We give you full, listen, we give you full permission to do it. Yeah. we honestly, we give you, like I'm saying this now, we fully consent to you, Omotolani Etti, to hack our Instagram page, A2 to the show, and put a message saying, done. Just like a white thing.
Done.
How amazing that would be.
Could you wait?
Yeah,
could you?
Would be cool.
Could you, or is it like there's so much with that application?
It's so much. It's so much that I would have to do. Have I necessarily learned how to hack into the platform of Instagram? Not necessarily. I'm more so focused on hacking into hardware that will actually,
affect.
Affect the business, affect the company, and pay me.
I'll pay you $500. Hack our
That's a challenge.
Only if it was that cheap. Only if it was that cheap.
Fine, 1,000. I ain't going any more than 1,000. Bear in mind, I'm still a student in university. So
I understand. Trust me. Don't worry.
What's the craziest thing that can happen if you're hacked? Because you always see these movies where like you get hacked, all the electrical grid gets turned off, you have no power, you have no internet, you have nothing, all society breaks down just because one hacker
decided to,
That's it.
Is that actually like a thing that can happen?
Okay. Yeah, that is a thing that can happen.
Wait, what specific hardwares do you need? Is it because like when you look at the movies, they have like 50 screens up and they're like typing on 3 different keyboards at the same time, and they're like accessing the firewall. So as per usual, Hollywood has lied to us.
See, the thing about it is every IT person, and I'm not gonna lie, we call it our lab. This is our lab, and it's multiple screens, it's multiple keyboards, it's multiple desktops. It's just how we prefer to set it up. At home, I have 3 different screens, plus my computer, plus my laptop, plus my iPad that sit on the side. So technically, I have about 6. And that's just my lab. That's how I like to look at things. You don't need all of them though, if that makes sense. You don't need all of them, but for us, it's beneficial and it just works. Honestly,
that's pretty cool. I have multiple screens too, but it's mainly for gaming. Like I'm not like that's it.
It's the same though. I promise you, it's the same.
Like for me, it's mainly because I have like on one screen I have my game running, right? And I have my Discord. If you know what Discord is, it's I have it on my second screen. And then like in the monitor in front of me, I usually have like my work on what I'm doing and like things like that. So it's like I can simply switch from one screen to the other. And they're all different aspects of what I do. So one is for calling, one is for work, and one is for gaming. So it's really easy. So is it the same for you guys when you're working on your tech stuff?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's pretty.
Because this morning, I had school, I had work, and then I had everything else I had going on.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like multi. And I listen. To anyone who has
it's ADHD, it sounds like ADHD to me, Ali. You're like. Playing my game while working, while texting my friends.
I find that highly offensive.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm the most insensitive guy in the world. Don't worry about it. But no, you know what? It is kind of like it does appeal to my ADHD because it's like I can do more than one things at the same time, and it's like it's not even like I'm not even worried about it type of thing. It's like.
It's just what it is.
It's pretty cool. It is what it is. And I really advise people to get multi-screens when they're having their gaming setup. My brother just got his 3rd screen, and he was like, dude, you were right. Like, this is the life. He has his Zoom lecture, and then he has his, like, gaming, and then he has his, like, Discord or whatever on the 3rd screen. It's just amazing. Like, I don't blame you for having more than one screen. It's just so fun. Plus, it looks cool. Let's be honest.
That is the best part.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah. So let's get more into cyber.
I just wanted to, trying to think about the biggest hacks that have happened.
Dude, Joe Biden and Elon Musk and all these people who got their, did you see those eyes?
I don't know. What are you referring to? What happened?
They all got hacked on Twitter.
When this happened? Is this recent?
Like, yeah, this was very recent. This is like a week or two
Yeah, it was
ago.
recent. Yeah, it was.
What
recent.
happened? Yeah, well, I have no clue. What do you know? What happened?
Honestly, I didn't even read up on that hack. I've been so indulged in school hacks, just different hacks that we have to talk about. So
yeah, what happened?
Yeah, you tell us.
Yeah,
you
so
tell us.
what happened?
So this Florida kid, and usually that's where crazy stupid shit happens, Florida. This Florida kid was like, I'm gonna hack every famous person's Twitter account. He like 16, 17, I think, maybe 18. He decided to hack like Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton and Elon Musk, and like he decided to hack like Mr. Beast, who's a famous YouTuber. He hacked so many people, basically all with the same message of click this link, I need your support. This is what he said in every one of those. For every 1,000 you send me, I'll send 2,000 back, which is your classical Nigerian prince scammer hack. Is that an okay term to use? I mean, like,
it's a negative.
Fine, African prince. I mean, that's what back in the days. That's like what everyone got. Like,
and that's what they. You know what? That's what they actually teach in books. So when you see it in books here, and that's what they are teaching. The younger generation. It's gonna be a term that actually sticks. So when you say it, I don't think. It's a perception that people. It's something that they put on us. So at the end of the day, it's not a nice term, but we know what a lot of Nigerians and a lot of Africans do.
Did you watch the Rick and Morty episode called the Nigerian Scammers? It was so funny.
No, that's more so.
They tried to change it. They called it the Nigerian Scammers, which is like, why? This is like, why?
That's too funny.
It is, man.
Who gets hacked the most? I feel like old people get hacked a lot, right? Or
because they're gullible.
So, to be honest with you, I believe that healthcare companies are hacked the most. Because at the end of the day, personal identifying information is very, it's very important. You have hospitals that lack the proper security tools to keep their organization secure. The employees don't get enough education. I feel like you have a hospital with
they're doctors,
over 1,000
right?
employees
and nurses. They're not really like technical people. They wouldn't know, like.
And that's why the technical department, the tech department, needs to be more pushy when it comes to them understanding how to secure their information. I mean, for example, a recent data breach that I wrote about, did some research about, it was due to an employee sending out a Excel spreadsheet that had over 36,000 patients' information on there, from social security numbers, addresses, any information that could attach their identity to anything they're trying. So and that's only because they had lack of knowledge. When you talk to that employee and you say, okay, what happened? I said, oh, I thought it was okay to send that file out. They don't know. So I think that a lot of organizations need to increase their cyber awareness, because it's a lack thereof. I'm telling you, it's a lot of people who know nothing. They know nothing about cybersecurity whatsoever.
Like a lot of organizations, but I feel like also our government. I feel like a lot of people in our government are old people who don't really understand technology, and technology is coming very fast. And I feel like we don't have much. I feel like I'm not protected. If like some bad factor will come and hack everyone, I don't know. I guess they're like people who are smart here. but I don't know. Yeah, what's your take?
Okay, so I believe that every individual we're not going to have all the knowledge that we need. That's just inevitable. We're not all going to have it. All I can say is stay vigilant. It takes one time for you to really understand how unsecure you really are. I had a friend who had her identity stolen, and then she ran to me with all the questions. How do I fix this? How do I make this more secure? What kind of password do I need to put on? Those are not the questions you need to ask after the fact. Those are the questions you need to ask before. We don't understand the how important it is to have a strong password on all of our devices or anything that you log into. It's important. Your password complexity, your password length, the it not being your birthday, exclamation point, ABC. No, that does not work.
I gotta change it now.
Right. And people don't understand that. It's so easy to connect the factors in order to give you your password, to guess your password. All I have to do is do a simple Google search. I mean, that's what we do when we do
Wait, what?
a penetration.
Search and find my password?
I can do a Google search and find out enough information to
About
input
you
it
to
somewhere.
guess,
Yeah, to input it somewhere else to find out your password. Because people
Interesting.
make it relative to themselves so many times.
Well, I made my password very hard when my friends once had to log into my computer and back in Jordan. He was like, "What's your password?" So I gave it to him, and he was like, "Fuck, why is it so hard? What is this?" I'm just like, "Well, you put it now. You're not gonna remember in a few seconds." So that's one reason.
That's
The
true.
next reason is because it's my password. It's the one I use for every account. Is that a good thing, by the way? Should I mix up my password? Should I keep
No.
my password for like?
It's so hard to
You need
memorize.
to start changing your
All right.
password.
Oh,
Okay,
I see.
fair, yeah.
And how do I memorize all these passwords? How do I store them?
So you have different type of applications that you can use. You can use LockPass. You can use LastPass as well.
Those save your passwords and they're safe?
Yes, yes. And then and Google and Apple actually offers the ability to save your passwords in your accounts.
I
and
do
you can
that.
go back and reference.
Are those safe?
Yes.
My
That's
phone,
safe.
yeah.
Okay.
It's as safe as you make it.
Yeah, well, it's not just about that because also Apple did get hacked once and they leaked like a bunch of celebrities' nudes and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard about this. This was like back in the days, in the early 2010s.
The fappening. Yes.
Yeah,
Right, and then
they
hardened their security system so much that the FBI couldn't get in. So I do understand that.
Wait, seriously? Like the FBI legit cannot get in?
Recently
Apple.
was it 2018 where there was an incident, or was there a bombing? There was an incident where they needed to get into an individual's phone and they couldn't hack the phone. So, they put out like a $1 million bounty for anyone who could hack into the iOS system. Eventually, they got in. There's so many conspiracy theories, but I just believe that something was. They kind of gave them a leeway because right now, Apple's really hard to hack into.
And so if the government is like, hey, can I get the information of Ali from Apple? And so between the contract between me and Apple, right? Is Apple allowed to give it to?
No. No.
I see.
So one thing people do not read is your privacy, your privacy policy that they give you to sign. It's important to read those.
Why?
But it's long.
That's long.
You read it once. You don't got to read it twice. Because it really tells you. It tells you what you're able to do, what they're able to do with your information, and everything in between. You wouldn't want a company saying that I'm going to share your information with marketing without your consent,
sell
right?
your information. Yeah,
Or
like
sell
Mark
your information.
Zuckerberg, the Zuck, he had to answer for those. Shout out to you, Mark Zuckerberg. But, do you believe he's a human being? Because I honestly don't think he's human.
I don't know.
Did you see the way he acts?
Yo,
she might know stuff, she might know stuff.
I don't
Anyways,
know anything.
Moving on. But yeah, like there's a lot of incidents where people do get hacked. And it's like,
what should you do if you get hacked? Let's say I had this one friend told me this story, how like he was like someone threw his webcam, recorded him in his room changing in the background, right? Wow. And then like send him a Facebook message, hey, if you don't pay me, I'm gonna send this to all your friends. Okay, in that situation, I didn't follow.
How can you?
Yeah, what do you do?
First and foremost, see, with me, I would try to find a way to trace back to their IP address or to their MAC address or some type of identifying factor to find out where the message came from, where the individual is sitting. They could have it back. It's kind of hard to find if they're good at it.
Okay, you can do it. I can't do it. So
what would you do?
Am I supposed to call like somebody?
Yeah, you call it. Yeah, you got to call the police. You got to call the police at that point. That's a really good question because I've never had to deal with it on a personal level like that. But yes, you will definitely have to file a police report because it's something that needs to be known. Even if it wasn't my situation, I would file a police report, then take my steps. And the only reason I would do that is because I need y'all to understand this is why I did that. So just in case I get in trouble from my side, this is why I did what I did.
Okay, well, what if it was, for example, like a Nigerian scammer? Like those guys are like out.
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean?
Like if you have like a scammer from like cross countries or like it's hard to call a police and ask them to like enforce a law on people who are not citizens of your country. So like in that case, you're pretty much, caught.
Well, that's the thing with tech, right? It's not like country to country. It's like everyone, like someone in Turkey can come hack someone here, right? It's just or China.
Yeah, it's not based off a country. The only place where I can say that the laws may be a little bit different is California because California passed their privacy. They have their own privacy act. So
what does that mean?
What does that mean? If you are a resident, I think it's specific. Let me be very clear. If you are a resident of California, no matter where you are, if your listing address on your driver's license ID says that you're a resident of California, your privacy laws are different than the person in Texas.
What is?
They came out with a CCP. Where is my? Let's pull it up.
Let's pull it up.
Yes.
That's
so
funny.
It's an actual.
If you can send it to either one of us, and
like our Instagram page, yeah. If you can share it with us, we can like pull it up.
Okay, California privacy.
California has its own
California privacy. California privacy law, Consumer Act of 2018 is when they released it. So I can take you exactly to it. So you want me to share it? Can I share
send it to us on
chat?
On Instagram would be good because I don't know how to open the chat, to be extremely honest.
You see that little thing that just popped up?
Yeah, that popped up. We have a tech lady. Amazing. Perfect.
You sent it where on
Zoom group chat.
Zoom chat.
Ooh, yo!
High tech.
The whole time we've been like opening.
Oh, she's tech.
Oh, she is.
That's
tech.
what it is. Okay.
Okay. Here. Let me just do this. I'll open that, and then boom. Oh, he's tech.
Oh. All right. Okay.
Tech.
So what are we looking at here?
Okay.
So basically, you're able to see the privacy laws that are set for California specifically. So you have the Constitution right to privacy. You have the general privacy laws. Here it gives you a couple of different links for specific categories.
These are separate to like the other, like the federal laws, you mean?
Yes, but they sit underneath. So we don't have a federal privacy law. Let's understand that.
No, we don't.
So
those don't wait.
No, California. Okay. California is of its own. Okay, so they protect Californians, like I like to call you guys.
I see, like anti-phishing. This is very specific. Cyberbullying.
Very specific.
Wow. On which suspension or expulsion by images. Wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah. This is pretty cool actually to see because like I didn't know this exists. This is recent. You said it came out.
Yes, 2018.
Okay.
So you have the different. It's all underneath the CCPA. So the Privacy Action for California. They somewhat put all of the laws and all of the codes that they needed under one specific policy, and California is the first to do it. So
okay,
kudos to them.
Respect. So, but it doesn't mean that like someone from like somewhere around the world can come and hack us, and we wouldn't be able to do anything about it, right? No,
you'll still be able to do something about it. Like regardless, at the end of the day, I can hack you from right here, and you would think I'm sitting in Russia. So it doesn't really.
Okay.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Nobody is excluded from the fact that you can get in trouble for hacking someone else.
Please don't hack us.
You're just asking her. You're just asking her to hack you.
But she said us. I said hack our Instagram page. That's the difference. Like or my WhatsApp.
Yeah, but like I feel like
I don't plan to hack anybody.
How much
right now?
Right. This is something I've been thinking of. Right. I have an Alexa. Right. For me it was like, like we're all talking about cybersecurity, whether or not we should trust like Bezos or Amazon or whatnot. For me, it's like, well, they have our information anyways, right? They have us on Facebook. They're looking at us on Zoom. We're on YouTube. We're on Google. What difference would it make if I just had like an Amazon Alexa? So first of all, is the Alexa safe? Should we try to... All right, let's start with that one before I ask any further.
Yeah, because like
I have an Alexa as well.
Okay.
Now, I have noticed that Alexa has recorded some conversations, and I was able to pull the logs. I mean, it's on my network, so I'm able to pull the logs from my Alexa on my network.
Wow. So wait, slow down. Wait, you found like they were recording conversation?
Yeah, I saw my actual recordings on my Alexa device. So yeah.
Wait, what conversations were they? If you don't mind us asking, if you don't want to tell us.
Oh no, they were just, talking in the house. It wasn't as if they were specific conversations with a specific title. I might have been talking about how I was going to cook my steak. It was just a random conversation because it just activated on its own.
Yo, that's scary. Wait, does Siri do the same thing? Hey Siri, are you listening to me constantly?
I respect your privacy and only listen when you're talking to me. You can learn about Apple's approach to privacy on apple.com.
You're lying. You're lying. No, but seriously,
I mean, you got to think about it. Let me ask you a question. Think about it. When you talk about, let's say you're talking about diapers because you're about to have a baby, right? You're talking about diapers all around your house, just walking around talking about diapers. And then all of a sudden, you have diapers. They keep popping up as ads whenever you get online. So understand, it's called data mining. Data mining is a huge thing. And, regardless of if you're talking, if you're walking, if you pass something, you stopped and you were interested for 30 seconds, they're going to capture your geolocation. And at that moment, they're going to funnel it all to that. Oh, this person must like this because they stopped for 30 seconds to view this. Yes. So,
but I've seen that happen. Did you see the YouTube video of the guy saying, I like dogs. I'm planning on getting a dog. And he kept saying the word dog in different sentences. And then he went to a random website and they put like dog food and dog advertising and all that stuff. Dude, that's scary.
So,
hey, it's there.
Yeah. Wow. What I want to ask is there any fighting it? Or should you just embrace it? It's like, should I try to like not put up all my data, or is it like at this point they have my data, so I just like use these tools, right? Yeah. So it's like I can like Amazon, the Alexa like helps me. Like I can do multiple functions with it. The computer helps me. Facebook helps me in a lot of ways. So should I try to like to seclude myself from all that and not use these tools, or should it now? All right. There's no fighting.
You have a cell phone?
I do. Yeah.
At the end of the day, there's no fighting it. Now you always want to do what you can to protect yourself. You always want to do to keep whatever you can to keep yourself safe. But understand that the world is transparent, not in the physical sense, but in the digital sense. The world is very transparent. Hey, I like that. I might put that on a shirt.
You do that because that's scary to think about. It's very dark when you think. I'm very mind blown because it's like they got us so addicted to like our phones and our computers and everything, and at the same time they're using those very things to find out whatever they want about us. Like
there's a book, if you guys would like to read. It's called Data and Goliath.
Data and the law.
I forgot the author. Yes, I forgot the author. I'm sorry. It's on my Kindle. But Data and Goliath, the very first paragraph.
Data and Goliath. I have it right here. So I'm going to pull that up right here. I think this is it, right? Is this the cover of?
With the yes.
Wow,
Yeah.
you found it, dude. Some real hacking.
Real tech stuff.
Look,
Right,
real
call
tech
me a
stuff.
hacker.
That's fine. Is this what you're talking about? The first paragraph, or like the
Look, if
actual
you
first?
go, no, like very first.
Oh, like let's
If
So
you
skip
need
the
to be
intro.
convinced,
Mhm.
if you can even go back to that. Just if you go back to that, I can read it to you.
To Karen. God, it's another Karen. Okay,
Right here, introduction.
Introduction. Yeah. Okay. If you need to be convinced that you're living in a science fiction world, look at your cell phone. This cute, sleek, incredibly powerful tool has become so central to our lives that we take it for granted. It seems perfectly normal to pull this device out of your pocket, no matter where you are on the planet, and use it to talk to someone else, no matter where that person is on the planet. Yet every morning when you put your cell phone in your pocket, you're making an implicit bargain with the carrier. I want to make and receive mobile calls in exchange. I allowed this company to know where I am at all times.
Wow.
This bargain isn't specified in any contract, but it's inherent in how the service works. You probably hadn't thought about it, but now that I've pointed it out, you might well think it's a pretty good bargain. Cell phones really have a great and really are great, and they can't work unless the cell phone companies know where you are, which means they keep you under their surveillance.
They're watching. Big Brother is watching all time. All time.
It tracks where you live, where you work, who you spend your evenings and your weekends with, all the time. You know, even right now, having COVID patients, people who have tested positive, there's an app out there where it will tell you if you come in contact with somebody who has COVID. You know, it does take the person to put their own information. Yeah. It is legal. Why? Because people put their own information in. But what I feel is it's still an invasion of privacy. That's how I view it, and that's why I decided to not opt in. So it just depends on how you view yourself and your privacy. Your smile.
It's like a lot.
It's a lot to take in, to be honest.
Because I feel like so helpless is the thing. It's just like
because
I know I'm being tracked at all times. I know they're listening at all times. But then what?
Like, what am I gonna do?
But then
it's not like we can easily go back to Fly Eagle Fly and take my message to Haejl all the way in LA. It's not how it works. It's not gonna. But what are we gonna do, right? We're trapped.
Welcome to the world. Like, this is the world, and then there's a digital world within the world, and I'm a part of that digital world. So it makes it interesting to hear people in the physical world talk about it, and I'm like, oh, well, on the back end, this is what that actually looks like.
So we are completely at your mercy.
You know,
the people in tech are gonna rule the world. I mean, you see it right now, like Jeff Bezos and then Mark Zuckerberg. Like, tech is gold. Your information is gold.
It's very much gold. Yes. So if
Welcome
you're not in the industry, come to it now.
So who should own this? Like, another problem with this is, like, who owns all our information right now? Like, Facebook has all.
No, you own your information.
Oh, we own it.
When you put your information out, you have to understand now they own that piece of information that you've given them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Well, thank you for scaring us very much, but we are
way too shook at this point. I can't even ask any more questions. I'm like, oh my god.
I am shooketh at everything that is happening.
All right, could you give us what I want to know, like, what's the worst variation of, like, society moving forward tech-wise, and the best variation? Like, how can we take over our technology?
Yeah, what's the best case scenario and what's the worst case scenario for future? And
I don't know.
The best case scenario would you be learning about the devices that you have and what they're able to do. It's not hard. Read the manual. You know, what are you able to do? The worst case scenario is no one being educated. That's really the worst case scenario. If you don't understand what's going on, what can happen, the possibilities.
I am with her 1,000,000%. Yeah, man.
You're really behind. You're behind the train. You're not on it. You're behind
it. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you for educating us, because I definitely learned a lot. I feel like I hope people listening get a different perspective.
pretty much. That's so. If you've made it this far into the episode and you haven't been scared, you just go ahead and subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow. And you have anything you want to shout out, by the way? You want to let the world know?
I do. Oshie's Tech. I just want to make sure everybody understands what Oshie's Tech
Link
is.
in the description below.
What is it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Oshie's Tech, it's actually OST Network. Oshie's Tech is because I'm the she in Oshie's Tech, of course. But OST Network, it's a network where I'm educating, inspiring, and motivating young individuals to get into technology, no matter what part of technology, cybersecurity, compliance, whatever. So whatever you want. And I'm here to help. I'm here to provide guidance. I just finished my workbook, which we'll be releasing hopefully by the end of the month. It's a guide. It's a path. It's a guide to give you the proper pathway to get into cybersecurity specifically, but it can be adjusted for any industry, for any job that you're trying to get. You guys reach out to me if you have any questions. I do have my own YouTube channel.
Link it below.
Link is below.
That stuff. Yep.
Go ahead and visit me. Ask me questions. I love answering questions, and I love basically being here for the people who don't know, who want to know.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Yes. So
thank you guys for having me.
Yo, this was a blast. I enjoyed this. So yeah, I know you are more than welcome. Anyways, if you've watched any of our episodes, this is generally how we sign out. It's a salute to cover. Yeah, and peace.
Out.